Okay, so the twin flames. Twin flames is miraculous. And why does that pair up with the angel number 333? Because 333, like we already said, is all about your cycles and giving you a sign of like when you're at a fork in the road, you want to go left, you want to go right, or you're going to just make your own new path. That's really what it is. And that angel is there to guide you during those decisions because they can be tough. Now, why is that important? Because a lot of this has to do with our own individual patterns, especially patterns that no longer serve us. So in a twin flame relationship, one of the major things, I got planes coming.
Boom! Welcome. Woo! Freedom! Alchemy. Science. More life.
Like you're like, ooh, this feels like it's supposed to be. That electrifying, like your hair sizzling in the back of your neck. This is kind of what that twin flame is about, just from initial reaction, all right? Now, twin flames are often misconstrued as for, are they relationships that work? In fact, they are the most potent, the most promising relationships. But here's the problem, and here's why the 333 angel number comes into play. They are very much full of friction, especially in the beginning. The twin flames have a lot of their own personal traumas, a lot of their own personal patterns, a lot of their own personal restrictions that are in their life, especially when they meet in the beginning. And it causes a lot of turbulence, but that's not for you to be discouraged. That's for you to be prepared, all right? Because that preparation, when the opportunity comes, it is the luck. And if you've been seeing blue butterflies, which I have, it also means luck as well. Okay, so that's what's so crucial about it. The twin flames often find themselves breaking apart. They honestly almost always do. They break apart, they disconnect. And for many, this seems like this is a bad, unhealthy cycle. Now, there's a very big difference with twin flames of having an unhealthy relationship that's codependent and you need the person. This is major. I lived in this relationship before and I wasn't aware I had my twin flame, and really like I was in a place more of need in that time, and that obviously in many ways caused stress with my partner, and then my partner at that time, it just didn't work. Not here. But that was the toxic version, okay, when you're codependent especially. But you want to really look at as well the positive behind this. Twin flames, when they disconnect because they know, look, I have stuff to heal. I have things that I need to take care of. I have things that, because I care about you, this relationship, myself, especially up front, and they respect that balance of caring and loving for themselves first, I need to go heal these things. And I don't know when I'm going to be back, but I'll be back. Because with the twin flames, you always, no matter how many worlds apart you are, you always draw back to each other. And it's one of these feelings, it's like, why do I always feel drawn to you? Sometimes it can even be frustrating, like, I just keep coming back to you. Mind you, again, it's very different than being dependent, very different than a toxic relationship. So that's something to be mindful of. But those 333s, usually the things that are removing from your life, the ones that's telling you, your angels telling you to keep going forward, these are the signs, especially in a twin flame relationship. You find yourself in a twin flame relationship, those 333s pop up, the signs are all around you. Take a minute to be still. Please be still, because things will start to make sense for you. The world around you is going to keep changing and keep moving, but your inner world needs to have a certain level of stillness to be able to be present in that moment awareness. With twin flames, you're going to find a deep mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual connection. Okay, mentally, you guys are going to be able to converse forever. It's going to seem like the world just dissipates in front of you. Time ceases to exist. You're living in that timeless realm. If you're thinking Alan Watson, this is the kind of love that is just capricious. This is the kind of love that it's sudden. It could just explode and it could just come together like a star all over, and a lot can happen. But you always bounce back in that twin flame relationship. That's one of the beauties. One of the beauties behind this. Spiritually, you really feel like one. The 333 is meaning the one, the oneness. So you have that sign. It's the oneness of that mind, that body, that spirit. Very important to remember. Okay, so when that twin flame, you two complement each other like yin and yang. All right, black, white, Salt, pepper. You just go together. And though your differences, because you're very strong with your personalities, usually in twin flames, you're very much the opposite. Where it sometimes rationally does not make sense. But to you it does. So to the outside world, it may not make sense. To your parents, your sisters, your families, your brothers, it may not make sense. But to you and the person in your relationship, it does. In that level where you don't need each other, but you do want to be around each other, okay? But you are not, you understand when the person also needs space. You understand, you're not, gun-ho like you're in this needy position. It's more of a want, more of a desire. So on that physical level, you two are obviously attracted to each other, but it's much more than the physical. The physical never with a twin flame is going to last long enough. Okay, it's never going to be something. It always has to be more than just a physical attraction. That's just a bonus, it's just a cherry on top. Everything else that usually you see up front, up first, is what is attracting you to this person. You just happen to be physically attracted to them as a symptom. So these are certain things. You're going to find just some rapid fires with twin flames. You're going to find your friends are often friends with each other. If they weren't, then they become friends really fast. You're going to find you love traveling together, and those traveling experiences really open up some wounds. A lot of times it opens up wounds. It opens up opportunities for you to grow within your relationship. Sometimes it creates that split like we spoke about. Sometimes it creates that distance, that disconnection, which slingshots you back together as you go both heal from your trauma. So the twin flame love is really a unique type of love that many people don't ever get to experience in this lifetime. And I have one thing that I wanted to show you. I wanted to get my little handy dandy note because I found this one to be very, very important. You two balance each other out. That's a major, because it's because you're so different, right? So only the two of you think you really understand, but this one's great. I really like this one. So a lot of it, beyond the fact that you have to heal a lot of your demons to really experience that unconditional love, that love that comes with no conditions, that love that comes with full acceptance. You two in a twin flame relationship, you're not a jealous type. Okay, you may have even been jealous before in past relationships. It may even be a natural trait for you. But with the twin flame, there's a certain understanding that it's never about the person talking to the opposite sex or the same sex and jealousy kind of arising. You have a very secure understanding around that topic. And even when it used to bother you at a point, if it did, it doesn't usually in this twin flame relationship. But what's huge that I wanted to cover was, there was one thing, the electromagnetic energy. So much like a mother and her child, she spends so much time with her child that they develop this electromagnetic energy. Now all of us as humans have this ability to feel, experience that energy within 10 feet. But when you're at that twin flame, the time you spend together, whether it's together or apart, it creates this bond that's completely unbreakable. And when you really combine and you see 333, the angel number, along with the fact that you're in a relationship with a twin flame, this is something beautiful. It's something you should be patient with. It's something that you instinctually know what and how to move. Something where you break bad cycles, you break habits that have been inhibiting your love in your life for a long time, but eventually it becomes very, very smooth when you get past those initial stages of the trauma and the things to overcome that you all need to heal. Most times as individuals, you're not usually able to help each other sometimes, but beyond the fact that you support undyingly. So that's what I have for you on the angel number, on a twin flame. Pernell Body checking in for you. Thanks for subscribing with me. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Boom! Welcome. Woo! Freedom! Alchemy.